that beautiful rendition.
Good morning. Now that I got you seated, as usual, like the military, I'm now going to ask you to come to attention and face our flag. Please. Veterans, by an act of Congress, right hand salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Front. Please stay at your feet. Only time I needed my glasses. Okay. Those who have served and those currently serving in the uniformed service of the United States are ever mindful that the sweetness of enduring peace has always been tainted by the bitterness of personal sacrifice. We are compelled to never forget that while we enjoy our daily pleasures, there are others who have endured and still may be enduring the agonies of pain, deprivation, and imprisonment. Before we begin our activities, we must pause to recognize our POW MIA. I call your attention to the small table, which occupies a place of dignity and honor. It is set for one, symbolizing the fact that members of our armed forces are missing from our ranks. They are referred to as POWs and MIAs. We call them comrades. They're unable to be with their loved ones and families, so we join together to pay humble tribute to them and to bear witness to their continuous abstinence. The table is small, symbolizing the frailty of one prisoner, alone against his or her suppressors. The tablecloth is white, symbolic of the purity of their intentions to respond to the country's call to arms. A single red rose in the vase signifies the blood which may have been shed in sacrifice to ensure our freedom of our beloved United States of America. The rose also reminds us of the family and friends of our missing comrades who keep faith while awaiting their return. The red ribbon on the vase represents an unyielding determination for a proper accounting of our comrades who are not amongst us. The lemon on the plate reminds us of their bitter fate. The salt sprinkled on the plate reminds us of the countless fallen tears of families as they wait. The glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us at this time. The chair is empty. They are not here. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope which lives in our heart to illuminate their way home and from their captors to the open arms of a grateful nation. The American flag reminds us that many of them may never return and have paid the supreme sacrifice to ensure our freedom. Let us pray to the Supreme Commander that all of our comrades shall soon be back within our ranks. Let us remember and never forget their sacrifice. May God forever watch over them and protect them and their families. Thank you, and you may be seated. I didn't keep you on your feet too long, and I learned a long time ago from Abraham Lincoln, keep it simple, stupid. The Gettysburg Address is a prime idea. The guy before him, 2.5 hours of speech. Abraham Lincoln was 6 minutes, I believe.
Were you there, Ross? Were you there?
Nah, I heard about it through the grapevine. From defending communism, fascism, and imperialism to the liberating of slaves, keeping the peace during the Cold War, and battling terrorism today, veterans have accomplished remarkable things throughout our nation's history. We gather events like this to honor not just recent generations of veterans, but every man and woman who have served honorably since the American Revolution. Even with that impressive history, Veterans Day 2018 is especially significant. It was over 100 years ago today that 11 a.m. on 11/11, that November 11th, 1918, when an armistice began which ended World War I. It was a conflict so bloody and horrific that many optimistically referred it as the war to end all wars. Sadly, it wasn't. It was that war which led to the founding of our organization, the American Legion, and a commitment to the country to care for veterans who came home, blinded by mustard gas, shell shock for trench warfare, or impoverishedness due to their military service. It is a commitment that continues today, whether the wounds be afflicted by an IED in Afghanistan or injury from a training accident in California. It is a commitment that covers veterans of all races, religions, gender, and economic classes. And while we currently have a strong economy, veterans still have a higher chance of homelessness than those who have not served in uniform. Very important. Too often, a veteran's highly skilled service isn't fully appreciated in the civilian sector, where classification and certification and college degrees sometimes outweigh common sense. The best way to eliminate veterans' homelessness is to reduce veterans' unemployment and provide treatment to those who may try self-medication as a means to deal with post-traumatic stress disorder. A simple but proven way to thank a veteran is to hire a veteran. It offers hope and opportunity to those who have not just earned a shot at the American dream, but have defended the freedom of others to do the same. Employers should understand that it's smart business to hire veterans, and when members of the National Guard and Military Reserve deploys, it is Americans' business to ensure that our civilian careers do not suffer. Our armed forces are full of examples of veterans who have overcome tremendous barriers to continue serving. One such hero is Navy Chief Personnel Specialist Rihanna Hockenberry. Shot 5 times with serving in Kabul, Afghanistan, she is fortunate to have survived. In 2018, just 4 years after brutal attack by a cowardly terrorist, Rihanna won 8 gold medals and set 4 records in rowing, powerlifting, cycling, and swimming at the Warriors Game held in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Hockenberg explained why she decided to remain in the Navy even after she was wounded. I was severely injured to the point where medical retirement made sense, and I can't imagine not serving in the military. Rihanna told the Military Times, "It is all part of who we are and my fellow brothers and sisters in the military. We all believe in what we do, and I could not imagine not standing with them," unquote. Nor could we imagine them standing without you, Rihanna. America is fortunate to have millions of brave men and women stand for the freedom since our country's founding. We owe it to them all to ensure that the service and sacrifice is always remembered. We also remember their family who sacrifice time with their loved ones and perform a disproportionate share of household responsibility and often have to make some difficult career and educational adjustments due to frequent address changes. Military service is not like the private sector. Most civilian jobs do not require serious risk of limb, life to fulfill a dangerous mission or subject employees to criminal charges for disobeying their boss. Unlike their military counterparts, civilians can live where they want and choose other career options whenever they want. But today is a day for civilians and, in fact, all Americans to recognize those who have given us those freedoms, the veterans of the United States military. Fewer than 10% of Americans can claim the title veteran. Far less than 1% of our population is currently defending us on the global war of terrorism. Yet many seem intent on trying to balance the federal budget by diminishing the quality of life programs designed for families who have already disproportionately made their sacrifices. Veterans have given us freedom, security, and the greatest nation on earth. It is impossible to price tag on that. We must remember them, we must appreciate them, and God bless you all for being here. God bless our veterans, and God bless America. Now that was kind of short. Now it's about time we ate something, and the bar is open. Starting now, I shouldn't have done this, but the bar is open for an hour without charge. So take advantage of it and stop your clapping. All right, let's get something to eat and enjoy ourselves. Happy Veterans Day.